Let us have installation session for MongoDB. And just go to MongoDB site, mongodb.org. Then you can go to downloads here. Now various versions are there, guys. I faced some issue while installing this release 2.6, but these are the stable previous release, and if you will download these versions, it works well. I don't know, probably that could be some changes towards the packages. So few things works well, but if I tried to install as a service and it was not working properly. So I will recommend you to go with this stable releases, previous stable releases. Probably you can refer this 2.4.10. It depends on your operating system, which kind of operating system you have. For example, let's say if you have Windows and that your machine and operating system is 64-bit, you can download this one. If it is 32-bit, then you can download this one. Same thing can happen with Linux. Either you can go for 64-bit or 32-bit according to the specification of your machine as well as operating system, and so on. So here I have downloaded 2.4.10. Let me walk you through that. So once you will download, click on download, it will download. So here I have downloaded, so I don't want to download it again. It will consume my bandwidth. So after downloading this, what I have done is I have copied this and pasted at this location in C drive here. And then I have renamed as MongoDB. I have renamed as MongoDB. You could see here. So once you will unzip that folder, you will see one bin file will come, and then these three files will be there. So this will be for kind of licensing and then some kind of noticeage. If you will go to bin directory, you will see all these tools will be there, which we listed out. So you can see it here, guys. All tools will be residing. Now, how can we run that? So let me explain how exactly it runs MongoDB. First thing, let's say if you wanted to run on default locations, so by default it places its directory in /data/directory. So for this directory, the / directory will be the C, and inside that there should be a directory called data, and there should be a directory called DB. So either you can create a data directory, and then inside the data directory you can create DB directory. Let's say if you don't want to give this name data, you wanted to create on some different name, I will give here module 1. Okay, module 1. I have created one folder here, module 1. Now I wanted to run here, so why I have created module 1? I have created module 1 so that all data files related with our database will reside inside this directory. Let me show you how it works. All right. So first you need to go to the this directory. Now if you will hit here dir, you can see all tools are residing. So whenever you wanted to run your MongoDB, you need to be there in that directory. So there are various methods to install, run your MongoDB. So this is I am showing through command prompt, and once we will finish quickly, I will show how to configure as a service, and then also we will see how do we configure on Linux box as well, and how can we install on any directory, on any operating system. So now we are here. Now we'll say here MongoD. So if you will say here MongoD, and if you will not write anything over here, automatically it will search a directory like /data/db directory. If it's there, it will push all its files to that directory. But let's say if you wanted to run at different location, how will you do that? You will say MongoDB processes and then you will say db path. What is your db path, guys? Very simple. This is your db path. Oh, sorry, guys. This is the db path, right? This is the place where we wanted to keep all your data path. If you will hit here, automatically your database will be started. So how come I understood I have to say db path, right here? So let me take help. So let's say if you wanted to take help of any of these tools, what you will say, you will write here tool name and then you will say here --help. You can see whatever parameter is associated with this tool, you can see it from here, guys. For example, I was writing --db path. Why I was writing? So that our database file can store at that location. If you could see here, it is showing db path, directory for data files defaults. So if you wanted to, so this is default, it is showing here default to this directory. So if you have created this automatically, you don't need to write db path. If you are trying to give different directory, then obviously you need to give your path, db path, and then location of that path. Apart from that, guys, if we wanted to take help, how do you take help, guys? You can see here, either you can write -h or full like --help and so on. So this is the way to take help and understand what all the parameters we can use along with any tools related with MongoDB. So guys, here you can see, Windows services are there. What all the things is there, guys? You can see here, install, remove, reinstall, service name, and so on. So I hope this will be very much useful and you can take help and then you can do R&D at home. But meanwhile, I wanted to perform some activities so that you can get confidence out of it and you can perform some operations as well. I'm going to write here MongoDB and I'm saying db path. What is our db path, guys? We have, oh shoot. I am giving db path C module 1. I will hit this. Guys, this got started now. If you will see here, automatically few files got created. This was the folder which we created, module 1. And we said, hey, MongoDB, our db path is here, and start this db path. Put all our files at this location. So this is the way to start. Now, it is saying, if you will see here, or you can read out this log, what it is saying, DB version 2.4.10, port number also it is showing, host name it is showing, and also it is showing DB path, C module 1, and so on. At last it is showing waiting for connection on port number 27017. There is no connection at all. Now, what I will do, I will open another window. You could see here. Now, guys, if you could remember, where is our tool? CD. It was MongoDB and then it was inside the bin. If you will dir, press dir, you can see all tools are here. Now I said we are going to use only two processes at this stage. One is database, so database is started here. Now, another one is called Mongo. Mongo is a shell, it's a client. Now, I wanted to take help. Let us see what all option is there. So these are the options. You can check out all these options and then you can understand how to use this, these options in better way. So one more thing, guys, if you wanted to clear the screen, CLS works in MongoDB. So let me write here Mongo. If I'll write here Mongo, guys, this got connected. It is saying MongoDB shell version 2.4.10 connected to test. If you write here DB, you can say it is saying you are connected with test. Now if you will say show databases, it will show what all databases, only local is there. Now if I will say use module 1, so this is the database, automatically it's creating, guys. So it's happening, automatically it's creating on fly. Only one database was there, that was local, but if you will create module 1, if you will say use module 1, automatically on fly this database will be created. You are not creating any data, but one thing, if you will hit this command, show databases, this module 1 will not come until unless you will insert some data. So if you write here DB, it will say you are using module 1, and then if you will insert a single document, permanently it will get created to the database list. Let me insert some values. DB dot, I am giving here collection name is test1 dot insert is a command to insert the values, and this is the small braces, and here is the JSON object. Here is the JSON. This is the key, and I will say mark is a value. Now I will close this. I will write here, right guys? So here if you see, it got created on fly everything, and then it did everything. So let me insert few more values. Yes, I am inserting the same document, nothing else. Now I wanted to print db.test1.find. So before that, let me show what all the databases is there. So you can see here, module 1 got created permanently. Clear, guys? So because we didn't inserted any value, just we said use module 1, so that's why it was not created permanently. But if you will insert a single row also, permanently it will be created. Now let us see this command, show collection. So first I will see here DB. If I will press here DB, it is saying module 1 is there. You are using module 1. If I will say here show collections, you can see test1 got created, and automatically system.indexes where all indexes will be created automatically. Now if you wanted to see data of test1, db.test1, and then you will say find. You can see here whatever record you inserted will be inserted only one. Now guys, automatically this underscore ID got created with all insertion. I inserted the same values, key value, and so on, and it got inserted. Now also I was saying this is schemaless. So how come this is schemaless, guys? Here we are not defining anything about that. Now I can add here directly. Let us see. This is first field. I will add here mobile. What is mobile? Right? Now I will add here another field, email. What is email, guy? Narendra@edureka.in. Right, guys? So this got inserted. Now if you will print here db.test1.find, you can see here it got inserted without any problem, and we didn't define anything. So that's why we say it's a schema-less or dynamic schema. All right. So now we are ready to go here, and we can see here inside the module 1 various files got created. So all right, guys, fine. We understood how to run through command prompt. Now let us say if we wanted to create, not create, if we wanted to install as a service, how can you do that? I have logged up from here. I have cleared the screen. Again, I am breaking these connections, and I am clearing the screen here. So nothing is running now. If you could see here, we are from both command prompt, we are on the bin directory. Now what I will do, I will delete everything from here. Nothing is there inside this MongoDB. Now let us say if we have to, but how can you check your, let me walk you through this installation step which I have loaded in LMS, Learning Management System, and then you can refer those documents. Yes, Satya, you can use different directory, different port number to run in different way. So, for example, let's say if you have one machine and you wanted to create a cluster of 10 machine which should behave like 10 machine, then what you can do is you can use different uh, DB path and different port number, and it will behave like a different machine. That's what we will do for replication and sharding. So there is no need of having 2, 3 or 4 machines. Yeah, Satya, we can use config files. I will show you. So alright guys, so first step, what do you do is you check your OS bit, whether it's 32-bit or 64-bit. Now you'll see here, whatever bit is there, you can download your MongoDB database. You need to go here as discussed. Then you can, create directory, as I explained, data directory. So here I have created data. Inside data I have created DB, but even you can create, in different directory also at different locations. So in our case, I have created module 1 inside the C directory. Now let's say if you wanted to capture all logs, right? So you should have some directory for log also. What I will do here is inside this I will create one log directory, right guys? Now we'll place all our log over here. Install MongoDB. So this statement should, if you wanted to install as a service, all these things should go in a single line. So please do not break this or else it will not work. Now, where is our data path, guys? Data path is here. Our data path should go here. See MongoDB. So data path I will write here DB path. Now where is the log path, guys? So log path, wherever you want to create, I have created inside module 1 only, just for our reference, so that it will be convenient for you to understand. Now you have to give log file name so that it can easily understand. Now let us run this. So what I'm saying, MongoDB.exe, DB path is this one, then log path is this one, and then install. Now it got started, guys. What it is saying, DB path, this, that, and finally it is throwing message service can be started from the command line with net start MongoDB. So let me write here net start, and then I will say here, MongoDB. What will happen? The MongoDB service was started successfully. Now if you wanted to check this, whether this has been created as a service, where you will go, guys? You will go to control panel and then you will go to services. If you will go to services, you will see the service name MongoDB would have been created. You can see here, guys. So same documents is loaded in LMS, guys. Take help and install as a service. Now how will you verify that whether everything is working fine or not? If you will write here Mongo, you can see it got connected. Oh, sorry, we got connected, guys. Control C, CLS. So you can see here, we got connected with this test database. Now the thing is, let's say if you don't want to go again and again to this bin directory and run this Mongo shell, you wanted to just write Mongo anywhere and then you should get started. So what you can do, guys, any volunteer who can answer this, whoever is having little concept about scripting. Okay, Satya set Mongo home. Divishri is saying to set. Fantastic. Mithilesh has answered and Matthew has also answered. You need to do, you have to set a variable, environment variable and include that path, this C MongoDB bin path till here, and then you are ready to go. So all right guys, so that is not part of this. I mean, you can do this activity. So now let's say if you have to remove, if you have to stop this, so it's running here. Now let's say if you wanted to stop this services, how can you do that? So here it's running guys. If you could see here, it's running. Now what I will say, net stop MongoDB and refresh here. Let us see what happens. See here, MongoDB got stopped. So these are the things. Now if I wanted to remove this, how can we do this guys? It's very simple. If I don't want to keep it as a service and I wanted to remove this, very simple, just you hit remove. What you will say? MongoDB.exe and then remove. It is saying message service MongoDB removed. Let us see here guys. Still it is showing once you will refresh, this will goes off. This has gone. There is no MongoDB service now. So these are the way to perform. Now, let's say if you wanted, so these are the two methods. First we ran through command prompt. Second we installed as a service. Third one, let's say if we wanted to run as a, sorry guys, let me save this. Now we wanted to run this as through config file. So how can we do that? Same procedure till here. First you need to check your OS bit, then you need to download the appropriate software, then you should create a directory for your DB path where your all files will reside. Then you should create a directory where you will store your log path, and then here what you will say. It's very simple guys. Let me show you how do you do that. And then you create a config file. So how config file looks like, let me show you. So this was the log guys. If you will open this, you can read out all information when your service got started and so on. So anyhow, I'm removing this. This is not required. And you could see here, these things are also not required by the way. Just I showed how to configure that. So all right, let me walk you through the config file, that how it should look like and so on. So this is the configuration file guys. What will happen? You will say DB path equals to, you will write here, where is your DB path? So where will be our DB path guys? Module 1. This is our DB path. We'll write it here. Now log path. Where is log path guys? Very simple. We have created here. So our log path will be this one. Now if you wanted to bind IP, then you can write here your IP address or host name. Let me remove this, not required. I don't want all these things. Wanted to just keep these two things. I will keep it here, save as. Where will I keep guys? Inside the C, anywhere, it's up to you. And I wanted to keep here, inside the module 1. I will say name of this configuration, and I will say here all files. Keep in mind guys, if you will put it text file, it will not take. And then here CFG, you have to give extension CFG. In Windows you have to give .cfg, and in Linux you have to write .conf, C-O-N-F. Then it will become a config file. Now, how can you run this? It's very simple guys. It's very simple. How it is simple, let me show you. Now, I will say here MongoDB then -- config. Then what I will say, where is the config file? This is the config file, right? .cfg. So guys, you can see here, you are started with your database now, and this is up and running. If you write here Mongo, it's working, guys. So I hope everybody will be able to configure config file, and then they can start their database through command prompt, through config file, and then also they can install through service. Kindly confirm, guys, so that I can get confidence that yes, you can do that. Okay, Divishri has confirmed, Abshar, Matthew. Fantastic. Thanks a lot, guys. Yes, Srinivas, you have to try. That's how you will learn. And if you face any difficulties, so you can download documents from LMS, which I have created, and then you can refer this video also. These are very simple stuff. Ganen is saying he is not able to understand. I didn't get you. I mean, where is the issue, Ganen? I can try to resolve your problem. Yes, Divishri is asking, is there any GUI? I think they have added with 2.6 version, but I don't use. Most of the times I prefer command lines. So I'm not sure. Okay, so Satya is asking, I have downloaded 2.7, don't see any issue, working fine. Then it's good. I mean, you can go ahead with that. So Ganen, you are not, let me unmute you, Ganen, and what is the issue? Let's discuss this right away. Yes, Ganen, I have unmuted you. So what is the issue?
After installation, yes, after installation, I did, the connection is lost.
After installation?
And two command prompts. I didn't understand from there. Oh, yes.
All right. So this video will be there, Ganen, and you
can
refer
this. After
this.
Installation.
Okay. So you can refer, these videos, and I don't think it's a big deal. This is very small stuff which you can perform. Just you need to refer this video, as well as you will have documents in LMS. So you can take help from there. And let's say if you are not able to perform, then what I said is probably tomorrow before 10-15 minutes before we can log in, or today also we can stretch some more time. So whatever is convenient.
Okay. Today
so
is
just
yes,
so you can try video. Okay. And let's say if you are not able to perform, and what about configuration file? Did you see that through configuration file? Hello? Hello? All right, guys. So we have more questions. So let me go through one by one, and then quickly we can finish. Divishri Santosh. Srinivas has asked, can you explain about this error? Why is showing database showing the error? Uncaught exception, don't know how to show database. So even I don't understand this error, Srinivas, but probably the installation has not been happened in proper way, and then second thing, probably you would have not connected through client in proper way. Probably it's not communicating with your database. Alright guys, so let me move ahead to finish this, and then if still you have, then we can talk after this session. So we understood three ways: first through command prompt, second through configuration file, and third one as a service. What about Linux? How can we configure that? So let's quickly see that also. So guys, there are only 5 steps to install on Linux box. First thing I would like to say, just refer these documents and follow step by step. You would be able to perform installation. I have used here CentOS. I have used VMware. On that VMware I have configured CentOS, and on CentOS I have installed this MongoDB. So first step is check what is OS bit. Second step, create repository for MongoDB. Third, start installation with yum package. Edit config file, start MongoDB. So this is the these are the steps, 5 simple steps. So now step 1, how can we check your OS bit version? So simple, very simple. You can see here. So let me log in through root first. Oh, sorry guys. Now if you will write uname -m, you can see whether it is 32-bit or 64-bit. If it is showing i686, in the sense it's 32-bit or else 64-bit. Now first step is over. So let's say if it is 32-bit, right guys, 32-bit. So now the first thing is you need to create a repository file. So this, what I'm going to do here, vi, I'm going to create a file in etc yum repository directory, and I'm giving here mongodb.repo. Repo in the sense repository. If we'll write here, I'm saying here vi, I'm opening this file. You can see here. So once you will get this file, if it is your machine is 32-bit, so in this repository you have to paste this value, and here what it is saying, base URL is this one. It will download 32-bit version. If it is 64-bit, then you will download 64-bit. So as our my operating system is 32-bit, I have download pasted this value here. Now what you will do? It's very simple. You will use this package to install. Now it will start searching package, but it is saying already installed and latest version. So it's already installed, guys. So that's why it is showing, for example, if it's not there in yours, so it will start downloading those packages. And then finally you need to edit the configuration file. Very simple. So here if you will edit, you will see here, it will show log path, guys. Here it will show port, here it will show DB path. So for example, let's say if it has been commented, then just uncomment it. At least 2 things. First log path, and second one is DB path, or else it will not work. Now third step is, once this is done, then you need to enable this, add, and then simply you need to say start the service, MongoDB services. It got started, guys.
Let's start the installation of MongoDB on Ubuntu. Ubuntu is a Linux operating system in which we are going to install a MongoDB server. as a database. Now first of all, what we require a virtual machine called a VMware player, whichever, or VMware VirtualBox, whichever is convenient for you, you can do that. I have a Windows operating system, so I have installed a VMware player. After that, I have downloaded Ubuntu and configured that Ubuntu into our VMware player. Once it is configured, you will get a screen as you can see in my. Now we have to open a terminal to write the command inside that. For that, just move to dash home and in the search write terminal. Okay, from here just select it out and terminal is open for us. Now first of all, we have to log into a root user. For that, we have a command su. Enter. It will ask the password. Password is password, PASSWORD. Now I am logged in as a root user now. First of all, we need to check it out our OS bit, whether it's a 64-bit or a 32-bit, because we have to perform the installation accordingly. For that, we have a command uname -m. It displays me i686. It means it's a 32-bit. I'm already in a root directory. Now we have to download a MongoDB for a Linux. Okay, as you can see, let me show you. I have already downloaded and it's present in the downloads folder. Let me just move inside that. Okay, as you can see, our MongoDB file is already present with the version of 2.4.11. Okay, now what we have to do, okay, now we will create a user over here on which we will be running the MongoDB database. Okay, so for that we have a command username. Let's create it as a mark. Oops, something went wrong over here. Okay, because we need to add the command is something else. By mistake I have given username. Okay, so this is a command used to add any user. Now we have to set the password for it. So for that we have a command PASSWORD. Let's set the password as mark itself. It asks me to give any new password, so let me give mark1. I need to retype it. Password successfully updated. Okay, now we have to make a directory. opt mongo. Okay, a directory has been created with the name opt mongo. Now we have to move the files from download directory to opt mongo. So for that we have a command cp okay, I'm already in the root directory and in the downloads, so I can directly write mongo, name of the file. Where we need to copy it? opt mongo. It's moving the file. Okay, it has been copied now. Now let's move to opt mongo directory to cross verify it. Okay, now we are in opt mongo. Let's press ls. It will list all the files that are present inside that, and we can see a MongoDB file which we have copied to a MongoDB, opt mongodb. Now what we have to do, we have to untar the file. So for that we have a command tar space -xvf space name of the file. Okay, after that we have to press enter. It will untar the packages of MongoDB. The version we are using over here is 2.4.11. As we can see that it's untarred now. Now we can proceed further. Now let's rename the file, because as you can see the name is quite long, MongoDB-Linux. So let's rename it to only Mongo so that we can use it easily for the further use. Let's give it as only Mongo. Okay. Now what we have to do, we have to move to Mongo directory and let's cross check it in which directory we are in. We are in opt Mongo. Let's see is anything present inside that. Okay, we have a bin folder, GNU and third-party nodes and a readme file. These are the things present inside the MongoDB. Now I have made a user with the name Mark earlier. Now what I'll do, I will mark as a user for this particular file. So for that we have a command chown -r space mark. Okay, after that the directory, okay, after that to bin. Okay, now let's move to bin directory. Let's see what all files present inside that. We have a MongoD, MongoDump, Mongo export, Mongo files, Mongo import. We have a lot of files related to that. Okay, let's create a directory where MongoDB database file will be stored. So for that we have a command mkdir space var lib space mongo. Okay, a directory has been created. Now let's give the permissions to that. Oops, something went wrong over here. Okay, because I have used Mark over here, sorry, MongoDB, and basically our user is Mark. So we have to write Mark. Now it will not display the error to us. Yeah, it's fine. Now what we have to do, we have to create another directory with the name log. mkdir space var log mongo. Okay, now we have to mark as a user for this particular file and directory. We can say mark okay. Now I have marked Mark as a user for var lib mongo and var log mongo. Okay, now it's all set. Now let's create a directory where MongoDB files log file will be stored, because generally there is any once we are starting a database and all, so it will collect all the logs, means it will display all the listing over there in the log file, means how the server is started. If there is any error, we can cross check the log file to cross verify and get it sorted out. After creating the directories, we have to give the permission read write, means so that we can make any changes inside the var lib mongo and var log mongo. So to give the permission, we have a command chmod space -r 777. After that, asterisk var lib mongo. Okay, I have given all the permissions to that. In the same way, I have to give the permissions to var log mongo also. Okay, I have given the permission to log file as well. Now I have to log in to the as a user Mark over here to start the MongoDB, because I have given each and every permission to user Mark. So let me type a command for that, su mark. I am logged in as a Mark user now. As you can see that it displays me which user I am logged in, that is Mark. Now let's move into MongoDB bin directory to start the database. For that we have a command cd space \opt we have to move to opt/mongo. After that again a mongo and a bin directory. Okay, we are inside that. Now let's start the services. MongoDB-dd db path var lib mongo. Okay, as you can see that it started. Let's wait for that till it completely comes up. Now we have to open a new terminal to start the service. Okay, first of all let's log in as a root user. After that we have to move to in cd space opt mongo and bin directory. Okay, we are inside that. Now let's finally start MongoDB server. Okay, now we are in a MongoDB shell and we have a version of 2.4.11. It's successfully installed. Now we can proceed further with the some commands and check it out, the working of it. Thank you. Let's start the installation of MongoDB on CentOS. First of all, what we require a virtual machine called a VMware player, need to be installed on our Windows operating system. After that, we have to download a CentOS version and we need to configure that into our virtual machine or VMware player. We have different versions of CentOS, 6.x and 5.x. Currently, I am using a version 6.x, in that also 6.2. It's up to your choice which version you want to go with. You can choose that out and you can go with the installation. Okay, now we have to write the commands in the terminal. Where we can find the terminal? Go to applications, go to system tools and press terminal. As you can see that for this user is Tom. By default user created is Tom over here. If you have created your own user, then it will display your name or whichever name you want to give and @localhost. The password is for the Tom is Tom, TOM. Okay. Now let's start the installation. Before that, we need to require our OS OS bit. So for that, we have a command uname -m. It will list our OS bit, whether it's a 64-bit or a 32-bit. It shows me x86_64 for me. It means that my system is 64-bit. Now I have to perform the installation accordingly. To proceed further with the installation, we have to move to root directory. For that, we have a command su, and we need to type a password tom. Okay, as you can see that I am logged in as a root user now. Root @localhost tom. First of all, what we have to do, we have to edit our tangent.repos file. For that, we have a command vi space etc space, sorry, not space, you can say /yum.repos.d -tangent.repo. Let me cross check the command that I have given before proceeding further. vi space etc/yum.repos.d tangent.repo. Okay, as you can see that I have logged in through a vi editor. Then we need to press I to insert any text inside that. So we have to write the command according to our 64-bit. I will show you the command for 32-bit as well. What changes we have to do in this. Tangent name equals to tangent space repository. After that, you have to give the base URL from which we will be downloading the file. http downloads -distro .mongodb.org /repo/redhat /os, after that x86_64. This is a command for the 64-bit. If you are using a 32-bit, then you need to change only this line. For 32-bit, we have to change this command itself, i686. Okay. Now, as I'm using a 64-bit, so I need to make changes again, x86_64. After that, gpg check equals to 0. Now we have written the text inside that. We need to save the file. So for that, we have a command skip shift::wq. We can cross check it whether the text written has been in this, it's correct and fully saved. For that, we have a command cat space /etc/yum.repos.d /tangent.repo. You can cross verify over here once. Name tangent, repository base URL. Okay, it looks good. Now we can proceed further with the other step. So for that, we have a command yum install. With this command, we will be installing a latest version of our MongoDB. For that, we have a command yum space install space mongo-tangent space mongo -10gen -server. It will start downloading the packages of MongoDB. Okay, it asks me whether to download or not. I've given the permission yes. So in this, it will download 5 packages for us. One is already been done because the size is very less, 4.6 KB. So it took very less time. Now it's downloading the second package. For that the size is 9 MB. Okay, second package is also done. Let's see how much time it will take for the third package. Speed looks quite good, so I don't think so it will take much time over here. 40% already done. 60% done. Okay, 100% done. Now it is installing the fourth package. For that also 27%, 45, 50, 80% done, 100% done. The size of a fifth package is quite heavy, so it will take a time for you to download it. Let's see how much time it will take. %4 is done. Let's wait for that till it downloads. As we can see that 38% is done and the size of 36 MB is done. So I think the size is quite around 100 MB for this. Speed looks quite good, so I don't think so it will take much time. The estimated time displays over here is 1 minute, 2 minutes over here. %50 done. Okay, it means the size is 90 MB for this. As we can see that 95% is done and 4 MB is left. 88 MB is done, 98%. Okay, 100% is done. Now it will untar the packages. We don't have to do anything for that, it will automatically do it. Okay, it shows that installation is completed. Now we can start the MongoDB database. First of all, we have to enable MongoDB on boot. For that we have a command chk config -add space MongoD. Okay, now we have to enable MongoD on run level. For that we have a command chk config -levels 235 is the port. After that MongoD space on. Now we have to start MongoDB server. For that we have a command etc /init.d /MongoD.start. It shows me no such file found. Okay, because I have used .start and we don't have to use dot over here. That's why it shows me no such file. Okay, it shows starting MongoD and it's okay. Now we have to restart it. Let's see how to restart it. For that we have a command /etc /init.d MongoDB space restart. It stopped the earlier one and started once again. Now how we can stop it? etc space init.d / MongoDB stop. Again I have used stop dot, we don't have to use it. Okay, it's stopped now. Finally let's start it. After that we will move to MongoDB shell. Okay, finally our MongoDB started. Now we can move to the Mongo shell with the help of command mongo. Okay, now we are in MongoDB shell and we have downloaded the version of 2.6.4. Okay, welcome to Mongo shell, and we can write the commands over here for the further use. This is the installation for the MongoDB on CentOS with the latest version of